Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Clash of Clans with Logeeny Games. Yes, the Treasury update of January 2016 has been released. Today, we're going to take a more in-depth look at some of the details that have been uncovered since its release. Remember, we're talking about the Treasury, we're talking about the Daily Star bonus, the loot cart, and a couple of those battle balancing tweaks. Let's start with the Treasury. Now, here is your clan castle as the Treasury. You can see the storages have been moved from the top of your clan castle and now have been buried deep inside what looks now a little bit more like Fort Knox. But as you begin to acquire loot, some of those little coins will begin to accumulate around the outside, which is kind of neat. If you click on it, you can see the Treasury button on the right. We'll tap on that, and this will open up your Treasury. Now, you can see I have the day's take from yesterday's Daily Star bonus, 140,000 gold, and elixir, and 400 dark elixir from gold 2, already deposited in my Treasury, and that is a good amount of storage in my Treasury as well. The total storage for this is some pretty good numbers. Now, remember, if you press collect, the loot that you have gathered into your Treasury will transfer into your storages. And that means that you can spend it, but that also means it can be stolen at a higher percentage. As long as you keep your loot in your Treasury from your Daily Star bonus and your war loot, only 3% of that loot can be stolen. So of course it's much safer. This is where I will be saving quite a bit of my loot until I need to make those big purchases. Now, the amount that you can store in your Treasury is dependent on your Town Hall level and your your clan perks. When it used to say your war loot storage bonus, you would actually now see Treasury extra storage. So that's what we've got right now for the Treasury. It has nothing to do with your clan castle level. Mine holds a little bit over 2 million because I'm a Town Hall 9 and because of my clan perks. So we'll go ahead and leave the Treasury alone for now. Let's take a look at the Daily Star bonus. If you take a look at my attack button down at the bottom left, you'll see those 5 stars now on the top of the attack button, indicating the amount of stars I have earned in today's Daily Star bonus, which of course is none. We'll click on attack, and now we can see at the very bottom, there are the stars indicated again right underneath your find a match button. And if I click the information button, I will see the loot that I can gather in my Daily Star bonus at gold 2, or at whatever league you are at. You will see the same thing. Now I want to talk for a moment about these loot amounts. Now, in silver and gold, these loot amounts are making a lot of sense. Even in crystal, this 140,000 gold and elixir and 400 dark elixir at gold 2 is actually a very fair number to me, something that I was definitely happy to see. But let's take a look at how this scales from league to league. I'm just going to read this to you, a little bit of the how this thing is scaling. If you're wondering how to tell what loot is going to look like as you climb through the leagues, I'm going to tell you right now. Now, it all starts in bronze 3 with 30,000 gold and 30,000 elixir. Now, it's going to increment and increase at an increment of 10,000 per step through bronze. So once you reach bronze 2, it'll be 40,000. Once you reach bronze 1, it's 50,000. Then in silver 3, it'll go to 60,000. But from here on, it's going to increase in increments of 20,000. So at silver 2, it's 80,000. Silver 1, 100,000. Gold 3 is going to be 120,000. And when you reach gold 3, you'll begin to receive that 200 dark elixir bonus. And that will increase in increments of 200 as you move up the ladder. So at gold 2, you'll get 20,000 more gold, 20,000 more elixir, and 200 more dark elixir than before. Now, at that point, this is all going to scale. It's going to increase at the same increments, 20,000, 20,000, and 200, as you go all the way up to Titan 3, which is going to be 360,000 gold, 360,000 dark elixir, and 1,800, goodness me, dark elixir. Now, I don't think this scales very fairly. I understand where it's just 10,000 increments at bronze. I understand why there's no dark elixir in silver. I understand why there is dark elixir in gold. But once you reach crystal, I feel like the difference between crystal and master should be greater than just 60,000 and 600 dark elixir. I think that the difference between masters and Champion League should be far greater than just 60,000. I think that this needs to scale a little bit differently, where the difference between Champion 3 and Titan 3 really needs to be felt in the Daily Star bonus. Once you're talking about the kind of loot that they're taking from their league bonus at Champion and Titan, the Daily Star bonus will hardly make a dent in their eyes, in their view. It's just way too small of an incentive. There's really no incentive once you get into Crystal and Master and Champion to actually push for the star bonus when it's only going to be increments of 20k. it's pocket change for them at that point. So I definitely think that needs to be rebalanced. Let's move on along and see if we can get ourselves a star. Now, right now I have a part of a go wipe cooked, so I'm kind of looking for a weak base that I can town hall snipe just for a quick star to show you what's going to happen as you begin to collect stars. I don't want to use all of my go wipe. I'm actually about to prepare for a war attack that I'm very excited about, but I wanted to get this video in so I could give you guys that in-depth look. Almost snipeable, but usually I'm finding a lot of town hall snipe bases. Where are they at? So guys, I think though, overall, to me, the daily star bonus is a very positive thing. It is, in fact, more loot being put into the economy. So even though I'm a little bit unhappy with how it's scaled up in Master, Champion, and Titan League, it definitely is going to make a difference. It is still free loot, and as you get out here and you're getting your stars, you're gonna get a little bit of something extra, which of course has to be welcome. So I'm very happy about this in general overall. I do think it could have been scaled a little bit better. And another thing that I should mention about it, if I gathered all of my stars right here in this video, you would see a countdown clock or a cooldown timer of 24 hours. So it was kind of communicated like the daily star bonus was going to be a daily thing that would maybe reset at midnight, let's say, in your time zone or in wherever. But no, it's not actually at all. It's going to be on a 24-hour cooldown. So that means after 24 hours, you can log back on and you can earn it again, which of course means it's going to take you more than a day to get it every time. It's actually going to like increase in time to where it's not like you can log on at the same time every day and do your daily star bonus. It depends on how quickly you can get those 5 stars. And if you're watching me right now, you're not going to get them very quickly. I'm just being such a thrifty guy, not wanting to spend these troops because I'm about to do my war attack. Good. Where's this town hall? There it is. Maybe we can reach that. Well, I just don't want to waste any troops. Well, you guys, oh, where is it here? There it is. We can get to that. We can get to that, surely. Drop you, drop you both. And we're just going to take this town hall very, very quickly. Then I'm going to get out. Don't have to spend any of my troops. Very happy about that. And you guys will see the 1 star that I'm going to earn. My poor king just getting demolished. I'm sorry, man. I'm totally using you right now. Look at my queen about to die. Please get that town hall. Come on, come on. Oh my gosh, guys. That was so close. My heal spell even having to be dropped and probably pointless. All right, end the battle. That was hilarious. This is obviously not the best way to go about this, but hey. Now, take a look at my attack button. I've got that star. Click attack. Take a look down there at the star bonus. I've got my 1 star toward my loot. So, very excited about that. Once I get some proper farming troops cooked up, I'll go get the rest of those stars. Now, let's talk about the loot cart. I have been attacked. It took me all day, but here you can see I've got these tombstones, and it took me a moment to find it, but there it is, the loot cart. Now, the loot cart happens when you take a defensive loss, as somebody comes and raids your base for your loot. They're actually going to leave behind a percentage of that loot. It's 20% of the loot that was lost will be left behind in this loot cart that is randomly spawned on your village map. Now, it's got a little tombstone next to it. You can see the graphic. It looks very nice. There's some smoke rising from it. So say somebody stole 100,000 gold, 100,000 elixir, and say 1,000 dark elixir. 10% of that, or I'm sorry, 20% is going to be left in the loot cart, which is pretty neat. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click the tombstones, and let's see if that collects the loot cart. I click the tombstones. The loot cart is still there, so we don't have to worry about that. Now we come over to the loot cart. I wondered if we would have to assign a builder to this to collect it, but I found out you do not. All you have to do is tap it just like that. Click collect, and there it goes. Loot cart resources collected, 20% of my loss totally restored. So that is pretty neat. You can't even accidentally collect it. Now, I'm not sure why you wouldn't collect it, because the next time somebody raids you, it's not going to add resources to the loot cart unless the amount that they raided adds up to be more in total than the raid that the loot cart was spawned from. So if the raid that happens after the loot cart is spawned ends up removing more loot, then it will become 20% of that take, and so on. It just goes on. But you'll only have 1 loot cart at a time. I definitely recommend get online and collect your loot cart in between every attack. You'll be getting more of your loot back that way, which is how the loot cart has been designed. Pretty neat. Now we've also got that 3rd air defense at Town Hall 7, which is going to be impacting our war I know for sure. Let's go take a look at some of our Town Hall 7s and see if they were able to slip in that 3rd air defense. And yep, look at that. So here's Most Wanted, who I showed you guys in my last video. A maxed out Town Hall 7 that was going to Town Hall 8. And he has got his 3rd air defense built to try to ward off some of those drag raids that are so overpowered right now at Town Hall 7. Very, very neat. There's that 3rd air defense. So that's going to change how war looks pretty drastically and how raids are happening at that Town Hall 7 level. Very, very interesting. Well, guys, overall, this has been a positive update, I think, in my opinion. The Treasury is cool. The loot card, actually, I think is going to work out to really help out the economy. I think as we let this update roll out the next couple weeks or even a couple months, we'll begin to see the economy sort of balance out as the loot cart begins to take effect, as the daily star bonus begins to trickle more into the economy. Guys, we may see some pretty interesting stuff. Now, take a look at my collectors. That whole 1 gem boost for the collectors is gone. There's been some huge complaints about that, but honestly, I don't think that great of a percentage of clashers were really taking advantage of the gem boosting of their mines, collectors, and pumps. As I would be searching and searching and searching in matchmaking, I was not finding a whole bunch of boosted collectors. But I do think more people will be gathering that daily star bonus than possibly were boosting their mines and collectors and pumps. So that may actually balance out. We're just gonna have to wait and see. And Supercell, of course, is gonna be tracking that data and will make adjustments. Of course, they'll be tracking the data of the daily star bonus. Hopefully, in my opinion, they will rescale it as you reach Masters, Champion, and Titan League. I do think those increments definitely need to be increased. But right now, I'm happy. Right now, I think this is positive. I'm not gonna have to spend silly amounts of gems on my collectors, mines, and pumps unless I just really want to go all out and start spending money to keep these things going. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good. So you guys, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section what your experience has been like. I'll keep you guys updated with any changes with the bugs that I'm finding out about in the forums. Of course, there are some bugs right now. I think it's in Champion League. There's some bugs with the Village Guard that I don't know if it's ending early or if it's just showing that it's ending early and maybe it's not really. Also, there was a bug with the league bonus not being displayed properly in a couple of the leagues. So there's a couple little tweaks that I know will have to be changed, but overall, it's rolling out pretty well in my opinion. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was informative to you. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.